And we're live. Casual Tuesdays, number 3, baby. Jess is here. Tyrone is sitting right to her right and is being a great accountability partner and buddy. We are going to get into some things today. It may be a little bit on the not so casual side. But we're going to get into it today.
Oh no, it's very casual what we're gonna get into. It's on par with American history. It's as casual as we can get.
Super casual here. Yeah, it's casual. It's casual. Yeah. So I'm Lewis. Hi, everyone. If you're watching this later or if you're here now, thank you so much. But Jess, first off, how are you doing? How you feeling?
It's been a day, but I'm good.
You're good.
I'm
That's
here.
good. That's good. We just recorded a video before this, so we're fucking hot. We're on it right now. We're content king and queens right now. But Jess, I don't know if you've been looking in the news lately, but if you haven't, let me just update you. Let me just refresh you. So, I think it was, what was it, last week? We just get like notifications on our phone, right? We just go on Instagram, right? And then we see, posts from news outlets and things like that. Where the United States of America just went into a foreign country and just kidnapped a foreign leader. Now, Venezuelans he's a dictator, right?
Who's the dictator? What's the name?
His name is Maduro. I don't know his first name, but Maduro, you know exactly who we're talking about. And Venezuelans would call him a dictator because of he had a lot of like illegal elections and a lot of things happening in the
he didn't have a good
country.
record with the people.
Yeah,
he didn't have the best.
they didn't like him a lot. So he gets captured one night, literally in his sleep. Probably in his boxers, because there's a photo of him in like custody wearing a Nike Tech, barely tied around his waist. So he definitely was in his boxers when they got him. And the U.S. started bombing some places in Venezuela as well. And if I say anything wrong here, or if you want to add any info, you can always chime in. Please chime in. I'm not the expert, nor is Jessica an expert, but we're trying our best to comment on things.
We're just regular American citizens who pay taxes.
Yep.
So our opinions are well deserved here.
There we go.
Well earned.
There we go. We're not under a dictatorship, although some may say the person who's leading the country may be that.
We're definitely going into fascism. But what I will say, okay, so that was a very quick, like, tie it up, like a shoestring. Like, America invaded this country and we did this. The official story is President Trump has been bombing Venezuelan boats over the last few months, and he has been saying that this dictator Maduro is drug trafficking, narco terrorism. That the reason why we have fentanyl all over the country is because it's coming out of Venezuela. If that's necessarily true or not, I don't know. Drugs are all over the world, and we get them from everywhere. And before, we never heard of Venezuela being that until Trump decided to say that's what they were. So he basically, had the Delta forces come up with a plan and to go into the middle of the night and absolutely like capture and bring into custody this dictator from a foreign land and bring him to America. And then he, the next day, literally said why. And the objective is to get the oil. He literally said that. If you have ears, he said that. Like, it's not AI. Yeah. He said oil.
And also, it's funny because there's a Dave Chappelle show skit
when
where he's in the Oval Office, right? He's like, so he's in the Oval Office, right? And he's like sitting across, and they're like, "Well, I think you want our oil." He's like, "What do you mean oil?
Who's cooking, bitch?
Who's cooking?"
Yeah, no. So he made it very clear that it's America's oil. We have to protect it. It's in the Western Hemisphere, and we can't. So, in other words, it's the oil. We need to make sure that we maintain this oil, and not our adversaries, Russia or China or anyone else. This oil is ours. And he also stated that we are now going to just run the country, that Americans on American taxpayer dollar, he keeps missing that point. Or his people keep missing, they keep skipping that. That's all on the American dollar, not the Venezuelan. It's the Americans are paying for this. So we're gonna run the country, which means we're gonna be fucking all our, we're gonna send, I don't know, maybe 700 billion over there, maybe more. It just won't come back to us, but anyway. And he's making it seem like he got rid of the dictator. We're just gonna jack the fucking oil. He didn't even say we're gonna let the Venezuelans vote if they want to share the oil. We're just gonna take it from them. It's just not even up to them.
And
We're
he
just
said that they would sell it at market price, which is what he said.
Yeah, so once again, it's not oil for the American people, it's oil for the American people to pay for. It's just so that we can continue to buy it. It's not because our oil's gonna get cheaper, your gas isn't get nothing's gonna get cheaper for the American citizen. It's not for us, it's for Exxon. It's for the oil companies. It's unaware what was going on when we went into Iraq, right? We went in there under different reasons. It's just straight up terrorism. Saddam Hussein's got WMDs and we need to fucking go. It's not about the oil. Stop worrying about the oil. They literally went on campaigns. It's not about oil. It's not about oil. They're going to use the oil and give it to the Taliban. The Taliban's going to use the oil and we have to, and Al Qaeda, like, we have to know. We have to just go. And billions and billions and billions and more billions. Oh, and thousands and thousands and thousands of American lives, American soldiers, and thousands and thousands and thousands of Iraqis died. And there is zero to show for it. Oh, before that, we also went into Afghanistan. So we were doing both at the same time, Afghanistan and Iraq, who, by the way, we were supposed to liberate Afghanistan. That was the big push. The Taliban's in Afghanistan. They're the ones who did 9/11. And we're going to bring freedom to them. Do you know who fucking runs Afghanistan right now?
No.
The same people we literally took it from, the Taliban. Joe Biden was like, we've been in fucking Afghanistan for nearly 25 fucking years, 20 years, whatever it is. And it's time to go. He literally packed up and just left Afghanistan because it become undeniable that our country was just wasting. The military wants to spend the money on something else now. That's what it came down to. We're done spending money in Afghanistan because there was no true effort to truly make it a liberated country, to truly make sure Afghans get on their feet. And instead of just using it as a post in the Middle East for ourselves, you know, and that the country never truly was able to be strong enough to hold its own against
Mhm.
fractions who do want to do their own dictatorship and authoritarian authoritative government over the Afghan people. So we spent so those are two wars where we were supposed to go in and change the culture and liberate people. And it was going to be better for Americans. And we aren't going to send more troops. That's what they kept saying. We don't need to send more. We don't need to. And then we just kept sending them. Just, I know a lot of people going in on Trump about being the peace president
Mhm.
and but bombing 8 countries,
Yeah.
in a year.
And it's funny. A lot of his supporters, there was a
Who are just
large
dumb.
talking point online at one point where Trump, like, they were really on the case of that Trump never went to war, which is just the biggest piece of crap I've ever seen laid
These are
on a
people who still believe in
television.
Santa. So you can't expect much from them. You really can't. But as I was saying, when Obama came into office, he made a lot of promises. A lot of promises. We're gonna no more troops to Iraq and Afghanistan. No more. We're gonna we're gonna pull out. That was in 2008. Now we got into both those countries with between 2001 and 2002. So by 2008, 2009, he's already telling Americans that he's gonna wind down the war. Because by then there was no WMDs. It just you couldn't hide the media couldn't hide anymore. It's big epic fucking fail. Big fail already. And he wins the Nobel Peace Prize for going on and on about hope and change. And people thought they were going to get a peace president. This man went to West Point. I think it was West Point, in front of all these West Point cadets, and that's where he announces he's actually going to send 30,000 more troops to, I think it was Afghanistan or Iraq, one of them. And this 30,000 troops, these are going to push out what's last. This is going to be the final drive to push out these terroristic forces who are a threat to Afghan, the Middle East, our allies, and ourselves. So this is both sides of the aisle. So this is not just a critique on conservatives and Republicans. This is also a critique on Democrats because both parties have promised that we got to wind down the war, stop spending money on the war, stop spending American lives on the wars. And both parties literally take those things and wipe their ass with it. They're both fucking liars. First and foremost, the Democrat leadership is not upset that Trump went and did this. If you read their statements, Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, all these fucking people, all the fucking Democrats who claim that you're for us. These people are just mad that he didn't ask them. You're just mad that you weren't in the fucking room. It's not because you are literally trying to stop another war or stop another proxy war, stop another like whatever the fuck this is. You're because you are okay with us taking with the country, with military force taking this oil. Because it benefits your fucking donors. So the sad truth is, if this was even Kamala or Joe Biden and they were presented this opportunity, they probably would. And even though they didn't do it when he was in office, but who's to say that they wouldn't have done what he did? When it comes to war, there is no difference between these parties. When it comes to imperialism, there is no day and night. There is no black and white. They are the same. You just have to be fucking dumb to think there's a difference. And I hate to say that. I don't want to call people dumb. But you have to literally be a child or someone who's truly naive to think that the leaderships are somehow absolutely different. They're not. They're the same. They're the same. They all have the same donors. They all buddy buddy with the billionaires and high elites and VIPs, and the Democrats, they would have not. If Trump would have gone to them, they would have approved it. That's what they don't want to fucking tell you. They would have definitely approved it. Just let me be, because they want that, because they have been calling Maduro. They've acknowledged that he is a dictator. Both parties, the country has already, and people all over the governments all over the world have already acknowledged that this guy should not be there. So they would have agreed to take them out. They would have agreed to it. After that, whole, well, how are we getting there? Well, what do you mean? That would have been the confrontation. Okay, so how much money are we going to pour into Venezuela? Not are we going? It's just okay. So how much money are you asking for? How many troops are you asking for? We may not send troops, but we will send drones. We are a drone loving country, and we're doing a lot of damage around the world that you never hear about. You don't talk about it like it's not because it's drones. There are no American footsteps on there. So you're saving American soldiers' lives and shit. And it's a drone. It's probably cheaper to send a drone than to send 20,000 fucking people to get rid of whatever nuisance that's a threat to national security or allyship, whatever it is. So, as a millennial, I know how this is going to go.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to run the country. American troops probably will be down there, and they'll go into the disguise of a peace force. They're going to go to keep the peace. We're not going to send combat troops. That's what they're going to try to pull. We're not going to send them. The Venezuelan people, I know they're free under that dictator, but they don't. A lot of them.
Oh,
You just got a
yeah.
new
I
dictator.
want to I want to talk to you about that kind of discourse because I saw a lot of it. So, right, there's news channels on YouTube and on Instagram, and the Venezuelan people who are there, who are in America now, and they're talking about it. And there was a big sentiment where, like, I feel like the big majority of Venezuelans, either in America or over there, are fucking super ecstatic. This guy's out. This guy's gone. Right? And even the people who are disagreeing, like in the opposite side of them, they still feel like he should have been gone, but in the way that the U.S. went about it is wrong. Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is wrong because as someone, and I'll stand by and listen. We need to stop interfering with other countries' fucking businesses. It's their fucking issue if they got a dictator. We can't save everyone. We can't even save
But
ourselves.
Jess, but Jess, but
We have
Jess,
to stop
but Jess,
because when we want to save the
Jess,
dictators, that just means it's another notch under our belt.
but
You're just become
Jess,
another fucking colony of us. You just
Jess.
become a place for us.
Here's what oil. Come on, it's oil. Oil. That's all it is, right?
That is all it is. But it's I feel like if we're trying not to start wars, we're trying not to bring if that is the true objection, if that is the true object, if that is the true mission, why are we interfering with Venezuela?
Oh, Daniel's in the chat. What's up, Daniel?
Hi Daniel, like what is the point of that? They have to first of all, there's the UN, there's there's thousands of people around the world who can help Venezuela. There are governments that can step up and help them.
Daniel goes, "We love
Why do
our
we have
oil."
to be the ones to help them? I'm serious. Like, why do we have to stop every fucking country with a dictator? We have
Because
our
you know why? Because
bec-
if it means that we can take it somewhat advantage, then it's good. But if we're
it
going
is
to a country that has no resources that is of use of the United States will not care. They won't. And that's the thing, right?
no,
Like
they won't. And
it's sad because these people, right? On the one hand, I understand like where they're coming from, right? You're coming from a dictatorship, right? And that sucks, right? And they talk about their experiences there and how the Venezuelan people have been treated, right? They're free, they're liberated, right? He's gone. And a lot of them are saying like, "Listen, I don't give a fuck why the US is here. For them personally, it doesn't matter to them about oil." Right? As a human being, it matters about the day to day, like, can I just
no,
go to get
I
groceries and stuff?
absolutely.
But it it's the U.S. just. I feel like it's just gonna revert back at some point, and then it's gonna be a similar story as it once was before the U.S.
Well,
went
the
in.
sad thing is,
And Daniel said we love our oil. The
yes, we
U.S.
love our
does,
oil.
yeah.
And I
Oil,
mean, if you're not a dictator, you
oil.
think the grass is greener. But what they don't, America is no one's friend. You don't become a superpower because people volunteer you to become a superpower. You force your way to be that.
Mm-hmm.
And you throw your balls around to show how big and so no one steps in. That's why we were able to go into Venezuela. Because guess who wasn't going to call us and say, what the fuck you doing? The UK, even though they got money. France wasn't going to check us. People, other developed countries who got shit, who got armies, got who can, what they gonna do? So just because he's removed does not mean that America is going to provide the type of life you think you're getting with Trump. The last thing America's going to do, because what happened is, look at the countries we've invaded over the last 40 years. They have not been better off. They have not. We removed dictators, they're not better off. So when you're desperate, you're just happy that the first obstacle's out the way.
Yeah.
Okay, Maduro's out the way, that's fine. But now whoever's in his steed is America's puppet. So I get it. You don't give a fuck about oil, but the oil is what's going to keep you where you are, which is under the foot of America. You're not going to suddenly have wild increases in your wages. You are not going there. Universities and hospitals, and they're just not going to pop up out of nowhere. It's not it's going to happen. It's going to be Venezuela the way it was yesterday and the way it is today. The only thing that is going to come is the oil companies. They're going to come. You're going to see them, and they need to be protected. So you know who's going to be fucking protecting them? Soldiers, and they're not going to be Venezuelan soldiers. It's going to become an occupied nation. That's it. It's our way into South America. It's our way to protect our interest in that whole region. The reason why America needed to get into Afghanistan and Iraq is because we have interest. And they found a reason, terrorism. But they fucking dried out all their reasons, which is why we had to leave Iraq, Afghanistan the way it was. It is never Americans' intention to actually make any foreign country other than itself a better place to live. In order for America to remain a superpower, you need to remain weak. You need to remain at a deficit. You need to stay where you are until you get a nuke with a ruler who's not afraid to get crazy with it. It's not going to be an improved. It's not the only people winning in this whole situation are the oil companies and Trump. That's it.
Um, we
And
have
another thing
oh, go ahead.
before we move off this topic, Trump ain't dumb. He's not stupid. We wish he was stupid. He's not dumb. And he doesn't rock a lot of people who are dumb. He rocks a lot of people who are strategic and evil. And when you get that combination, it's over for everyone. He is doing mass deportations all year. There are like 600,000 Venezuelans. There's many Venezuelans here under a Refugee Protection Act that I think his administration granted them because of what was happening in Venezuela. They fled. They had to come. So they're here under that order, under that bill, whatever it was. Now that he's removed the dictator, you think he's going to let them stay? No,
I don't know, Jim.
I know he's not. He's been deporting the way he said he would be deporting. What's crazy is his crazy ass base wants him to do more deportations. They want him to deport 2 million people a fucking month. These fucking dumbasses don't realize you do that, the American economy collapses. You will be directly impacted for the negative. But if you got your head out of Trump's asshole, out of your own racist asshole for 5 minutes, you'd be able to see how detrimental that is to our country. It
Hmm.
goes to show how fucking uneducated you are to how things actually work here. To make you think the government is really trying to send away free labor. Free labor? You want us to send back 2 million people who giving us free labor? Undocumented people who can't talk about wages? Undocumented people who can't complain if I work them 7, 8 days a week? 13. You want me to send that back? No. We gonna send some back. We gonna send some back. But we ain't gonna, no, you don't get it. You don't fucking get it. You're about profit, not identity. That's something they sold you to agree to what they want to do. Sending 11 million people, undocumented people home is not cost effective. It's not beneficial to our pockets. It's not going to fucking happen. But some will be sent back. And it's going to be them. And when you go back to Venezuela, don't be shocked when you go back to what you left. Because America is not your savior. It's no one's savior. Stop that. We save ourselves. Okay, we save our we help you to help us. It's not out of the kindness of the American government to remove a dictator. It's not. It's never for you. Don't American citizens also think that too. It's never for us.
Um,
Ever.
Daniel says in chat that our history never changes, only the year does.
Exactly. Exactly. Think about the generations who grew up with the Vietnam and the Gulf War and the Korean War. And then yeah, Iraq and Afghanistan. Nothing to fucking show for it. Nothing. Nothing.
You know, it sucks because like seeing like all those happy people in the streets of Venezuela and like here,
They deserve to be happy.
I respect that, and you know what? That is the genuine reaction in the moment, right? A dictator leaves your country who has been oppressing the people, having drugs smuggled and illegal elections and rigging things. Like that is the most genuine reaction you could have is, oh my gosh, yes, finally, this is gonna be great, right? He's gone finally, and a lot of them aren't seeing past the moment. But can I blame them?
No.
I can't
Look,
blame them.
they're no, and it's not the anger is not towards them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that there's just we have to warn you. It's not gonna be what you think.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna be what you think.
And it's funny because a lot of them don't really care. Maybe it's Venezuelans in America. I don't know how Venezuelans exactly feel in
I just feel
Venezuela,
like
but in Venezuelans in America and on Instagram, they have been like, if you're not Venezuelan, then be quiet because
no, no,
you don't
no, no, I don't.
understand
Let me tell you
none
why I
of
don't.
that.
Why, let me tell you why I don't agree with that because you're using my fucking American tax dollar to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't pay for him to get extracted. I fucking paid for that. Lewis paid for that.
I did.
American citizens all around this fucking country and even undocumented migrants paid for that
Daniel
shit.
paid for it.
Taxes, American taxes. France didn't fucking pay for it. Canada didn't pay for it. Mexico didn't pay. We paid. So as long as we are paying, I think American citizens have all the fucking right to have an opinion. Are the opinions valid? No, they don't have to be valid, but they can be said and heard.
Yeah.
Because the one true right that we kind of still do have in this country is that freedom of speech. And we're going to say what the fuck we want to say.
Mm-hmm. As long as it's not like an act of violence or whatever. So
Yeah, no, there's no active violence in
it's it's
this in our rhetoric right now in
it's
our
yeah,
discourse. It's just
it's just
no. If we're paying for it, we can say have a absolutely. That's the point of no taxation without representation. That is the point. If I pay taxes, I have an opinion. I'm entitled to a fucking opinion.
yeah. And now Maduro's in Brooklyn, so
With
that's
everyone else, yo,
sweet.
he's in there with, yo, you have to, I don't
I
think
looked
anyone's in
up
this
the
room. I think they're having
roster.
a party.
I saw the
Look who is
roster
in
of
that
people.
prison.
It's like every evil. That it's literally hell. Like it's hell. Like there's literally the most evil people on
Yo,
this face of the earth to
I
get
think they're
convicted.
having, because I also just don't trust like the guards and like the whoever's running the prison. You have to be having the time of your life right now. It just has to be funny. I'm sure it's high stress, but you're getting tons of support. I just feel like that's wide. You would think that
Metropolitan.
that would be a security risk having all of them in one place, but then you would have to think about why, who's who, and why they're there. And I think the only one that would provoke some type of real risk would be Maduro, because he's a political topic, and no one's coming to bail out. No one's going to protest in the streets and talk about Diddy or Louis Mangione and
6ix9ine is
fucking
there
kidnap
now.
the foreign leader.
Six
And
nine, Ghislaine Maxwell, Puff Daddy. How many more people do you want to name? All of them.
a lot of people. But this is also done. I'm happy you mentioned just Maxwell, the girl who's part of the Epstein list.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason why Trump did this, so we can shut the fuck up about him being a protector of pedophiles.
Daniel says the documentary finna go crazy. Yeah, the documentary about this. I mean, what a yeah. Um, to be
And,
honest,
and one thing you said, not what's one thing I thought about. You said it when we invaded and we kidnapped a foreign leader. Other people are comparing this to when Americans went and kidnapped when we stormed and got Saddam Hussein or even Bin Laden.
mm-hmm.
We stormed into the Bin Laden compound under Obama, and he didn't go to Congress for it. He just fucking did the mission, and it was a success. People are comparing this to that,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think it's the same at all. Venezuela, a country with fucking oil, who has a dictator, got it. Osama bin Laden, the supposed orchestrator of 9/11, going after someone who literally did something to us versus a man we don't like, but he's got shit tons of oil. It's not the fucking same
It's
beast.
really
Do
not.
not compare a terrorist attack that killed thousands of Americans and totally changed our country's fucking trajectory.
Mm-hmm.
Completely changed everything. Do not compare that to this. Don't. Don't. It's not the same thing. We went after someone who the government has claimed was the orchestrator of 9/11. Supposedly he paid for it. Supposedly he got everything together. It was on his watch. So yeah, I hope, well, if that's actually, accurate, what our government tries to tell us it is, whoever the president was then, Obama, but whoever, they had every right to go in there and get him the fuck out of there. That's totally different. It's not the same. It's not.
Mm-hmm. Are we done with this topic?
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Woo, man. Woo, that's a tough 30 minutes. Woo, shit. Yeah. I'm a taxpayer. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna get my taxes in the mail from
And you're
last
young,
year.
Lewis. You're just starting to pay taxes.
Mhm.
I've been paying taxes since I was 18. I'm almost 40. And I got 40 more years to live. So I feel like it's just 40 more years and more of our tax dollars just going down. I feel like, no, it's just,
Yeah. Speaking of taxes, I got a tax email from where I when I did it, and my first tax email of the year. It's that season. I got really depressed when I looked at it. It was like, oh, begin to file your 2025, 26. I'm like, oh no, man. Didn't even get the paper yet in the mail. Like, come on, man. Like, coming at me like that. Gosh.
tax season, nigga. Get used to it. It's not gonna stop coming.
Yo, stop talking to me like that, bro. I'm sad and depressed. Yo, let a brother feel. Can a brother feel? Man, but tax season. All right. Well, anyway, interesting conversation. We'll definitely talk about this more off air. But yeah, those are the thoughts of me and Jess and the Get Back crew, and just the questions we have, and yeah, the
For that
involvement.
particular situation.
Yeah, in the U.S. and in Venezuela and all that. Yeah, tough. That's all I'm gonna say. Tough shit. Yeah. But on lighter news, on the lighter side of things, my sister, she went to a wedding over the weekend.
Nice.
It's pretty sweet. First off, just want to put
Congratulations.
this out there. Never been to a wedding ever. I'm actually going to my first wedding in October. So that's actually really
Nice.
cool. Never been to a wedding. And there's like a there's like a funny joke that I've heard before. I don't know where I've heard it from. But, like Puerto Ricans, we don't really be getting married like that. So, you know. So like of course we don't go to many except for our own. You know what I mean?
Well, in my early 20s, I didn't go to a lot of weddings either.
Yeah.
But when you get deeper into your 20s and your 30s, that's when people start getting married. So the weddings will come.
Yeah.
Because I've been to a handful now.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. I actually have the save the date for it right here. This is the
Oh,
funny part.
nice.
I have a save the date. What day is it? I forgot. It's a day in October. I think it's the first week of October. Remember that because it's a Thursday. I remember that. Next year. Well, this year. No. So I gotta get my suit. Oh gosh. Ugh. I'm renting a suit, by the way. I'm not keeping it. Respectfully, I'm not gonna keep it. I'm renting it. I'm renting
Okay.
it's a specific wedding. Also, the color combination I'm trying to go for, Jess, I think you'll love it.
Well, who's getting married?
So it's my cousin. He's getting married to his fiance, obviously. So
So what's the colors?
so it's an October wedding, right? So October is considered like a fall thing, right?
It is a fall. It's not considered its fall.
All right, cook me, why don't you? All right, damn, who's cooking? We don't got no oil in here. Damn, who's cooking? Damn, all right. Um,
Oil, bitch. You know, oil, bitch.
and then he has the water on the table and he looks around. He's like, "All right, get out of here!" All right. That shit was so fun. Did I send that to y'all? I think I did send that to y'all in the group chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So, weddings are lit. Of course, Daniel says weddings are lit. He's been to like
Daniel has
85.
been to about 500 weddings. So considering his family, he's been to about
Yeah,
500
he's been to
weddings.
just as many christenings and
Yes,
baptisms
and
as he
birthday
has.
parties,
Yeah,
and
anniversaries and
he's
all
been to
this.
recitals
Yeah.
and PTA meetings. He's
Shallaluna betsimara mama dede mara dare. Di-di-di-di-di-di-di-di.
been
He
he's
goes, October is fall. Well, thank you for the fucking lesson. All right, guys. So October's fall, right? So I'm thinking a nice teddy bear brown or like a nice mocha cocoa brown. You know what I mean?
Let's make sure the suit is nice.
That's what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna at some point in these future months, I'm gonna go to like a men's warehouse and like walk in and like
But
talk to somebody, pick
I
colors, and
want to
like
say
do all
something.
that
I want to
stuff.
suggest something to you.
Talk
I
to
know
me.
you want to rent it, but consider actually investing in one because you're going to be going to other places. And do you want to? I don't know how men's wardrobes work, but I just feel like just get yourself a decent suit. Like it doesn't have to be expensive,
Yeah.
but something that when another wedding comes around, boom, you got a suit.
All right.
When you have an event to go to,
Just
you got a
like
suit. When you're going out to fancy
we
dinner, you
don't,
got to
yeah,
like you don't.
we don't get married. Like that's the thing. We don't.
But
No, I'm
you know
kidding. I'm
other
kidding.
people who are
I'm
not
kidding. I'm
married
kidding.
either.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Also, Daniel said he's only been to 2 weddings. I'm gonna buy that shit.
Lies. Nah, he's such a
Lies,
liar.
fucking liar. He's like,
Daniel, stop
I've
it.
been to 2. Kids weren't allowed at weddings. Okay, hey, fair enough. Kind of based. No kids allowed. Get the fuck out of here. Kind of
No,
based. I
I agree.
respect
No
that.
kids allowed.
Yeah, which we will get into. But that's like kind of what I'm thinking for like my attire. And I'm thinking like the buttons look nice and tailored and like nicely cut so it shows off my my shoulders and my hips and whatever. Right. I'm gonna wear like loafers as well. Some comfortable, some nice shoes. Yo, I'm telling you, Jess, I'm gonna look
It's
fly.
gonna look
I'm gonna look fly as shit. I'm gonna be the flyest motherfucker there. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be so fly with the fresh cut the day before. Whoo, Jazz, talk to me now. I swear, if my
gonna be
barber
good.
fucks up my hairline, I'm gonna be real pissed. I'm gonna be
I
real
hope their
pissed.
reception is really good. Listen, the key to a great wedding, you gotta have a great fucking reception.
Mm-hmm. Everything has to be smooth.
Like you have no, I mean like the layout, the food options gotta be great.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
And
Daniel says he has one suit that
yeah,
he
all
wears
you
to
need is one
everything, and
suit
he
and to
says
be
that's my
purple.
wardrobe. But this suit isn't just gonna be like any type of suit. This is gonna be a banger. Like I'm what I'm thinking in my head. If it comes to reality, oh, I look like fucking like a boxer from like the '90s coming into a press con. Like I look so dapper.
Now you're gonna get an American cut suit or like a European cut. There's different
What
cuts.
I'm thinking in my head, it might be a European cut because the way it like just like
Those are the slimmer ones. I love those. I love those on men. They're much
I'm
more,
thinking something like that.
especially if you have that build.
Mm-hmm.
That's a more appropriate. It's more
Flattering.
flattering.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? And what was I talking about before we went over on that?
Weddings.
Weddings, yes.
My
Um,
sister went to a wedding.
she did.
Did she like the wedding?
She liked the wedding. It was it was fine. I'm not gonna get specifics. Even though probably none of them are gonna watch this content ever, and if they are gonna watch this content ever, then I don't
It
think
doesn't matter.
doesn't
It
matter,
doesn't matter.
right? I'm not gonna give specifics. But let's just say that when you go to a wedding, you understand what people do right and what people do wrong, and how you cannot make like it's kind of like you learn from other people and
Yeah,
what
yeah,
they
yeah.
do. Um, and Daniel says go Euro. That's right. Gotta go European cut. All right, I'm going European cut, guys. So that's kind of the thing, and there was some moments where it was a bit dysfunctional. For the what do you call it when they're like walking down the aisle? What's that whole event called? Not the reception, but the
Ceremony?
ceremony. Yes. So for the ceremony, it was just a bit. it didn't seem like there was too much,
Not a lot of
a-
organization happening.
yeah, not a lot of, like a day, like the same day, 5 minutes before we're going, you're telling us who's going, who's walking, and there's no like planning, and it didn't seem to be cohesive, and there's a child here, and
But
it's
she
just
doesn't know. Does she know if they got a wedding planner or not? Because a wedding planner, I can tell you right now, if they had one, that would have happened.
well, the fact that this did happen, definitely not. And if they did, um,
That wedding planner should be fired.
should be fired immediately because yeah, it was just not great. Not great.
There's a reason why. Now, weddings are just overpriced, period. But there's a reason why people invest in wedding planners because it is hectic to. That's an event.
Yeah.
Unless you only have 20 people coming to your fucking wedding, you cannot just willy nilly that. If you care about a decent wedding,
Yeah.
and I'm not talking about something fancy, I'm just about something decent,
Hmm.
something looks good, and something that you will like looking at a picture of.
Daniel
You know,
says a dysfunctional wedding is low key a fun wedding. No, it's
it
not.
depends, Daniel, because the
Uh,
dysfunction can't be to the point where it's interrupting your fun, or you can't have fun because it's so dysfunctional.
yes. If it's the only thing that could be dysfunctional at a wedding is like a drunk uncle who's like dancing real hard on the
Yeah,
dance
that's
floor.
the type of
That's the
dysfunction.
type of dysfunction
Not,
that's great.
I went to a wedding. It was downtown Brooklyn. Um, one of my old classmates that I had with years ago got married to his boyfriend, and it was in a loft in downtown Brooklyn. It was a beautiful loft, and it was a cute. It maybe had maybe 50 or 100 people. I want to say somewhere underneath 100.
Hmm.
It was in a beautiful loft. It was so cute. Like everything was great except something happened to the kitchen,
Oh,
and like the ovens stopped working.
oh
So the
no!
food was very delayed. And by the time the
Wow!
food got to us, it was cold.
Wow!
And what it's terrible because the venue was beautiful. It was a small space, but it was nice. It was like aesthetically pleasing. It was great. It was like rustic. It was like an urban rustic with like soul. It was beautiful. And we had to lean on the drinks because the food wasn't coming out. And I would have died if that happened. I would have fucking died. At that point, call the pizzeria and get 20 pies delivered. Like, why even struggle trying to get the kitchen to work? So that was terrible. That part was terrible.
Yeah, and also, um, the venue itself had its issues, right? So this wedding was in Florida, and the weather was fine. So right, my sister said it was a little cold, a little chilly. It was like 40 degrees. Calm down. You know what I mean? It's 40 degrees. That's light. You just put on a jacket. You'll be
Where in
okay.
Florida is this at? It's 40 degrees.
I don't know where it is. It's Florida. I don't know. It's somewhere in Florida. I don't care where it is. It's in Florida, right? You'll notice a trend. I'm a man. I don't ask too many follow up questions. You tell me it's in Florida. I'm not asking you where in Florida. I'm just saying, oh, that's great, Florida, nice, cool. Um, but the wedding venue, it had a little rodent problem. Is an ant a rodent? No, an insect problem.
No, it's
Excuse
an
me.
insect.
Had a little insect problem. It was just ants on the dance floor. To the point where you're dancing with your shoes off because women aren't dancing with their heels on, respectfully. Um, and there's ants biting your feet.
Are they red ants?
Didn't ask, but probably not. That she would have made that a specific detail if they were red ants, so they were probably just regular ants. To the point where they had to stomp out ant holes.
See, if you had a wedding planner, the wedding planner would have spotted that out and would have tried to come up with a solution for it. Cover
Mm-hmm.
the ant holes,
Mm-hmm.
spray something, water it, do something.
Kill it
But
like,
whoever threw that wedding probably didn't even realize that that's what was happening, that was a problem.
or they just thought it was not going to be too big of an issue that we could get by. No, there's insects as I'm trying to dance. This is awful. You know what I mean? So that's a thing. And well, my sister had a good time. She was dancing. She was having fun. The DJ went up to my sister at the end of the night and shook her hand personally. It was like, "Thank you so much for giving me the energy to keep going because I was going off of your energy."
So I've been to a wedding where the energy was low,
Mm-hmm.
and the DJ can tell when it's low. And it's not because the DJ, it's literally because the people you have.
Mm-hmm.
If the people you have and invite to the wedding are not care like you're not playful enough to get up and dance at your wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and you invite a bunch of tight asses, it's gonna be a shitty wedding. I'm sorry. It's not gonna be good.
Yeah.
So yeah, your sister, I mean, that says enough. If the DJ's coming up to you and saying thanks for saving my, that means that wedding was not good.
Yeah.
Not that it was okay, it just was not.
Yeah. And then she was like, "Yo, what are you talking about? Like you was playing bangers. Like shit was lit. Like you was playing great music. Like how can I not have fun with that music on? Like it's great." So that was nice. That was cool. Um, and yeah, that's Florida pretty much. Yeah. There's some more specific details, but it's not related to the wedding. It's like personal with the families and all that. So I'm
Mhm.
not gonna get into that. But just know, things could have been handled a bit differently. That's all I'll say. A bit
Listen,
of
wedding.
dysfunction is not cool, especially when you come from especially because my sister, you've met her. She is hyper type A. Hyper type A. She's a teacher. She loves to be a perfectionist. She has to deal with children all day. She does not like dysfunction because if you don't deal with kids in the correct manner, your kids, the classroom will just be dysfunction. So you cannot have that, especially in a NYC public school. Can't have that. Also, she was on the Celebrity Substitute YouTube page
Oh wow.
because she put in her school. She like DM'd them on Instagram to like, hey, my school, da 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 da, give them this. Like, we'd be interested in like having, being on the YouTube series. They got back to her. They set up the date. They had who do they have? They had Gigi Hadid as their celebrity substitute. So that's pretty cool. For
That's
reference, they've had Ed Sheeran on this show. They've had Carl Anthony Towns on this show. They've had Camila
I've never
Cabello
even heard of this.
on this show.
That's amazing.
It's called Celebrity Substitute on YouTube. You can watch it. The Gigi Hadid episode. My sister's there. She did her thing. She's a
Well, now I
star.
gotta watch it.
Respectfully, Gigi, my sister's. She did her thing. You know what I'm saying? Way better than all y'all's. Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? I'm a homer. They clock it. But no, it's a good episode. Watch it. I'll show it to you afterwards. But it was nice. It was cute. So she's hyper type A. So when she sees anything that could be deemed dysfunction, she ain't liking that shit. And to be honest, yeah, I ain't liking that shit neither. I'm trying to have a great time. I'm a guest. Things should
Oh
be
yeah,
as smooth as possible. I should feel no
yeah, of
stress
course.
going to somebody's wedding. I should feel no stress at all. But when you put your stress on others and you're kind of being embarrassing in front of other people, that's not great. Not great. Let me just
Was it
say
was
that.
the bride and groom being embarrassing?
I'm not gonna get into specifics, but you can assume. You can assume for yourself. Things got a
It
little
seems like
bit.
this was just a bad wedding
Things were just a
overall.
little bit embarrassing. You know what I mean? A
I
little
do
embarrassing.
believe.
Yeah.
I feel like for weddings, look, I've been a wedding person my whole life. I was 13 years old getting wedding magazines. Okay, I've been my Pinterest. I have a Pinterest board dedicated to my wedding and to my future engagement ring. Okay, so I do think weddings are something. It really depends on the person. If you're a person who wants to be truly like you've been thinking about the wedding and it's like and you're excited to plan it and you're like, oh my god, I'm getting married. Like those weddings tend to go better because you are going to go out your way to make sure it's as little dysfunction as possible. You will not invite certain people because you would fuck up my wedding. You will pay a certain amount to be like, I'd rather take this food option other than that food option. Um, and if you do have to plan it yourself, you're going to make it very small. because you don't want to wreck. Like, okay, everyone come to my backyard and we'll get married here. I'm not gonna rent a venue space and decorate it myself and then tell everyone where to go. Like, so I think weddings who usually collapse or usually end up being really terrible, there was no real thought going into it. Weddings, especially because it's so expensive to get married,
Hmm.
and if you're trying to just do it for the just to say you got just for the pictures and you're not putting any real intention behind it, it's like it's gonna come out now and people are gonna be able to tell. You will have the wedding people talk about, and not in good way, you know? So I feel like the and I don't want to blame the bride because it's the groom's
Yeah.
business too. But it's almost like what I would ask, like, what happened? Like, what's going on? Like, it's weird. I don't know, but
Oh, and
I've been to.
before I forget, but
Mhm.
hold on, continue your thought because I have my thought.
No,
So
no, keep going because I didn't really have one after that.
um, there was also children at this wedding.
Yeah.
And it's a topic of conversation when it comes to having children at your wedding. Like, what is the age where you would cut it off to no 13 and under, no 15 and under, no
So
things like that.
when I was saying no kids at a wedding, and my if I ever get married, my stance would be basically if your child is under 13,
Hmm.
no kids at the wedding. No small children. Um, for multiple reasons, and it's really just not for myself, but it's also this is a time for parents to come and have an adult time. You don't need to babysit your child. You don't have to worry about getting your child back to the hotel. Like this is adult free time. By the time your kid is 13 years old, if they don't have behavioral issues and they're just a regular 13-year-old kid, they can have their own, they can blend right in.
Hmm.
They'll probably have older cousins that they can bullshit with. You don't have to oversee it, like, you don't have to wipe their ass, you don't have to take them to the bathroom. They can go up and get their own plate,
They're
they
not
can
gonna
talk to people,
cry. They're not gonna throw a
not gonna
fit.
cry,
Yeah.
they're not piss unless you have a terrible 13-year-old. But I believe that. Now it's funny you say this because um I saw on TikTok that there was a woman who said she stopped talking to her friend, or her friend stopped talking to her because when she was getting married, she said no kids, and her friend got very offended because her son couldn't go, so she didn't go to the wedding because, and I think this was like not just her, no, this was her friend, not her sister-in-law. She didn't go because her son couldn't come.
You know what? You know what's funny? She thought she was doing them a disservice. She actually did them a favor. Saved them money. Save
There
me
you
money
go.
on the plates. Save me money on 2 plates. Hey, I'll take it, bro. Save me some
Now, and her reasons were, my son is an extension of me. That's like telling your niece or nephew they can't go. And, you know, she had every right not to have kids to the wedding, and I had every right not to go.
money.
And that part is true. If you see something you don't you can't stand, then don't go. That's fine. But at that point, don't be offended that you're not going to the wedding
Yeah.
because your kid can't go. First of all, I have been the niece and nephew that wasn't a small niece and nephew that wasn't invited to the weddings. When my aunts and uncles got married, and me and my brother and my sister were children, we didn't go to the weddings, and guess who didn't cry about it? My fucking parents. And guess who didn't even realize I didn't go? Us.
You were like,
Oh,
oh, it's
Uncle
just
Nick
a.
is getting married.
Oh,
Oh, I want to go. I remember that. I remember my Uncle Nick got married, and I wanted to go. And my mom was just like, no, grandma's going to come and watch you guys. That was it.
that's it.
That was it.
That's
She
true.
didn't coddle me. She didn't cry. She wasn't like, oh my God, how dare you not invite my children? Da, 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 da. My child is an extension. That's like not inviting. That's like you telling me no spouses are allowed. I can't invite my spice. I can't invite my spouse. If your spouse is not invited somewhere, your spouse is probably a prick. Sorry to hear this. If someone ever tells you your girlfriend can't come, your boyfriend, it's because they're probably not okay.
And guess what? Children, most of the times, are pricks.
I feel they're what?
M-
They are
Yeah,
pricks.
most of the
Not just
time,
that,
like.
but not just that, but I feel you have to take your children to places where it's child friendly,
Hmm.
where they can be themselves. Because I hate when people force children to be in spaces that is not child friendly.
Hmm.
Children are meant to be loud, they are meant to run. They are meant to joke and laugh and make crazy noises and pout if they're in the mood. They're children. They're little human beings you need to rear. So to put them in a place where they're like this and they can't laugh, they can't joke. No, don't fucking run. No, don't do. And you have to constantly watch because people like that is not right for them.
You know what it
They don't
reminds
need
me
to
of,
be at.
Jess? It
Mhm.
reminds me of when I was a young man, not man, young boy, young man. What am I talking about? When I was little, and my grandma would take me and my sister to church. You know what my grandma would not do? She wouldn't be like, "Oh, why are you not sitting down and watching the father speak to everyone?" I'm like 2 years old, 3 years old. Of course, she brought me a coloring book, cars, and some figurines because she knows I have the attention span of a 3-year-old because that's what I am. I'm not gonna sit here and follow along. I'm not distinguished. I don't have
I
that.
think, and first of all, a lot of people do let kids come. Some people don't have any problem with that. But I think you have to consider you're bringing your kid to a place where there's going to be most likely alcohol, free flowing alcohol, because a lot of weddings are open bar.
Mm-hmm.
Around adults, does your kid really know all of the adults that are going to be there? Do
No,
you know all the adults that are going to be there? How dare.
because at least half of the family, the kid will not know.
And not just that, if your child's a small child, we know how small children's appetites are. Are they going to fucking appreciate the layout that these people paid for?
Mm-hmm.
The plate that they're forced to pay for your 5-year-old to come with you?
Yeah.
For your 8-year-old, your 10-year-old who'd rather be at home watching YouTube? It's like, and not for nothing, I feel like it's not your wedding day. When you have a wedding, have all the kids. But if you know someone who's like, no, kids can't come,
Yeah.
don't be offended. Don't take it personal. It's not an attack to you. And it's not an attack on your child. They're putting a boundary around what they want on their fucking day that they're paying for.
Yeah. Yeah. Daniel goes.
You need to get your head. Some people are truly entitled. Like, and there's a thing I call parent privilege.
Mhm.
It's a term I made up, and it's when parents literally think, and I've witnessed this, your kid already dominates your world. Got it. You already have to bend your world to their needs. I don't like it when parents are expecting the whole fucking world to do that for them. I have to
Mm.
bend my world for your kid. I have to take the most important day out of my life to make sure your kid is okay.
You know what Michael
No,
Jordan would say? Fuck them kids.
fuck them kids. And I think it also goes to show your codependency on your child.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
Your child who's 5 is not gonna grow up and remember how someone they barely fucking knew didn't invite them to their wedding, or their aunt didn't invite them to the wedding.
Bro, the kid would not
That your
care
child
at
doesn't care
all.
about
The
going to a
kid won't
wedding.
care. They won't care at all. Like,
They won't care. This is you having an issue separating yourself
mm,
from your
yeah.
child for someone else.
Da-
You are not okay telling your child you have to stay home because another adult who I also care for is having something and it's not really you don't want to have that conversation. The child is not wrong, the friend is not wrong, something is actually wrong with you. And I do think it's something wrong. Because you can't separate for 6 hours, however long the wedding is. An overnight trip, I get. It's one thing to leave your kid for a few hours. I can't leave my kid overnight. You got to think about babysitters. You got to think about coming in on like that's different. Your kid may need that type of attention where you can't be away all night.
Mhm.
A few hours, you can't step away for a few hours. It's gonna destroy your ego that bad. It's just obvious. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Daniel
So when
said,
I have my wedding, the
play.
kids are not invited. If your kid is
Yeah.
not 12 or 13, they can't come. And all my friends have babies. A lot of them are in their baby stage. So I've been single forever, but if I happen to get married in 2 years, only one my that you know what that means? That also means my godson can't come. My godson is 7. So if I got married in 2 years, I don't think he's coming. And you know who wouldn't give a fuck that he's not coming?
The actual godson wouldn't give
My
a fuck.
godson and also his mother. His mother would be like, "Yes. All right, Donald. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mom is gone for the weekend. Mom's gone." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." she's gonna take advantage of a free adult party that she don't gotta fucking worry about.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like, have some respect. When I have kids and if my friends are getting married and they're like, please, Jess, your kid can't come. No kids allowed. I'm gonna be like, that's absolutely fine. I'm gonna find them a sitter. The only way I'm not going is if my kid is sick and or they have a prior arrangement that I have to take care of.
Yeah.
If they have a game, if they're a champ, like whatever it is, like it's not gonna be because I can't. How dare you? It's like, why are you melting? Like, what is wrong with
My
you?
sister says that shit in her
Like,
class.
it's
That's so
like you have
funny.
a
Why are you melting? Are you melting?
It's like, yo, it's I don't get it.
Yeah.
Something does happen to parents' brains when they have. It's like some of it disappears. Some of it just like doesn't because it's just like I don't know why you are. And I'm reading the TikTok and I'm reading the comments, and this woman is going back and forth with different people defending her stance, and everyone's asking the same question: Why is it so serious?
Yeah, it's really not that serious. And if they
Like,
take
why
it
don't you stop
serious, you
talking
don't
to
just.
your friend about
And if they don't, and if they take it too serious, I know that you. I know that I'll hate you that day. I know I won't like you there anyway. So just stay. You stay home now
Yeah,
too.
so no, it's
You
like
can stay
I
home
get
too.
it, but I just feel like be honest about why you don't want, why you're upset, why you're kicking, and it's not because someone's being inconsiderate, and it's not because your child is an extension of you. Because if that's the case, why don't you bring your child to fucking work? But you can't, right?
Because there's
You can't.
rules.
Sometimes you can't even bring kids into certain doctor's office, certain hospitals. You can't bring your kid to a fucking bar. Like, what is it? It's really it. No, a lot of it comes back to your own separation anxiety. And also you in your brain, you have parent privilege. You think because you've been the world, your friends gotta bend their world too. The person down the street gotta make adjustments for your child. So that you can be comfortable. Not even your child, but that you can be comfortable.
Hmm.
So it's like it gives me the ick.
Daniel,
So no, I'm all for it. No children at weddings. It's not for them.
Daniel in chat, he guys, playing with cars in the pews was lit. Yo, I'm telling you, when we were at church and we got the cars in the pews, and I had my coloring book, I had my little Spider Man. Oh, I was the fucking shit. Oh my gosh, I remember those days. And then also like there will be a time where like we call it Father Catholic, where the father would just walk down and like between the rows and just like speak to the people, right? Speak the word, and then he would just like point me out, be like, "Oh wow, look at that kid just playing with his toys. Look at how innocent, right? That's beautiful.
Little Lisa.
Yeah, right. It's beautiful, right? Just seeing a kid being a kid. They should just be kids. We shouldn't have to bring them everywhere we go. You shouldn't have to.
Yeah, no, don't.
But there's some people, cultures, and if you don't invite this person, it's like it feels like a slap in the face, like you just slapped my whole
I'm happy I
lineage.
don't talk about that culture.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I'm gonna be very strict on who I invite, and
Yeah,
respectfully, no children below the age of like high school.
yeah. And if you're under 13, you can't come. So my friend, my other son Jackson, another Jackson who's into football. The other day we did baseball. This Jackson is football.
Got a lot of Jacksons.
He can come because he is 10 now or 11. So in 2, 3 years, if I get, he can come. He's going to probably be a part of the wedding because at that point, if you're very close to me, you're 13. Your kid can actually probably be a part of the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's another thing. I think another thing, people also have the right to say only my family's children can come. So so if your friend calls and say, "Hey, are kids allowed?" Um, yeah, but actually, it's only going to be my nieces and nephews that are going to be there. No other kids are allowed, and it could be because they're my niece and my nephew, or they're my best cousins. They're my favorite cousin's kids, so
Or
they're going
it's
to
like
come.
this is my like sisters or brothers' children. Like they're
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
be.
like or if like, well, they are going to be kids, but they're going to be a part of the wedding. So that is a good parameter. You have every right to say, of course, bring your kids. I don't give a shit. I'll pay for them. They can run amok. That's fine. And you have a right to say no kids at all. Even if it's your niece and nephew, your siblings should definitely understand. If my brother and my sister ever bitched at me that their fucking kids can't come to the wedding, if I decide that, oh, you know, but then you stay home. That's fine. Because if you told me just your kid, I'd be like, okay, I'd get him as a fucking sitter.
Yeah. Bring him over to the grandma who doesn't really go outside much, who doesn't even want to go
Yeah,
to the wedding, right? Because you know there's people who you ask and you want them to go, and they'll be like, no, I'm okay. Like you have a good
yeah,
time,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
And then you just bring them over there, and then it's good. Shit's kosher. Like here's the funny thing: when I get married in the future, I already know my grandma's response to, "Hey, you're invited. Like I want you to be there." She'd be like, "Ah, ay, Luisito, I don't know. I'm tired. I'm tired." I'd be like, "What you tired of? What you tired of? You sitting down all day. What you tired of?" "Ay, Luisito,
You had a long life,
I don't want to
motherfucker.
drive. I'm tired. I don't want to go. I don't want to travel. I want to sleep in my bed. I'm tired." So I already know I'm gonna just be like, all right, I'll send you the videos, photos. Like I'll come
Just
to
drop
you.
them.
I'll come to you. We'll have a day, and I'll show you everything. Like that'd be cool.
You know, I've been to both. I've been to weddings that had no kids, and then I've been to weddings where the only kids that were there were the ones who were part of the family.
Period.
That was it. There was no his colleague bought his kids. That's not what happened. But I'm interested to see. Make sure you take pictures of the wedding you're going to. Get ideas for your own wedding in the future.
Yep.
I feel like I've been to enough weddings to see the spectrum.
Hey Jess, if you have a
Yeah.
kid within the next 5 years, 6 years, 6, 7, your
Mhm.
kid, your kid can be there. Okay. Your
Oh,
kid,
thank
your
you.
child could be there. All right.
But he
You're
has
one of
to
my
work
best
that.
friends. Your child's going to be there. All right. Your child is an extension of you. Your child's gonna be there. Damn it. Okay.
Look, if you want me to bring my kid, I'll bring my kid. That's
And
fine.
if
Because I
Daniel
mean,
has a baby, amazing, great, bring him.
I'm gonna say this: if I get married in a few years,
Period.
if you literally have a fucking baby, the baby can't. Not the baby. If it's 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, I'll let the kid come. You can't. Don't bring no fucking baby to my wedding.
Yeah, newborn. Don't bring a 4 month
No
old.
newborn. No newborn. No infant. And like he's got to be like 4.
Yeah, because that's just a lot to deal with at that. Your main focus is solely on keeping this thing alive, and there's a lot of germs, a lot of people. Like
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
like
loud sensory issues. Like
I don't think most people do that. I think most people they don't bring their babies.
yeah,
And most parents, even if their kid is invited, they don't bring them
yeah, they're
because
like,
they know
oh,
their kid and they're like, yeah, why would I bring you to my good time?
Why would I bring you and ruin my good time? Why would I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna bitch and complain about, oh, I'm thirsty. Oh, well, give me your phone. Shut up. Shut
Yeah.
up. I deal with it. Shit. Um, but that's been like an hour and some change. I think. You know what? We have casual Thursdays. Actually, casual Thursdays might go on because my girlfriend, her birthday is the Friday, so I'm taking her out the day before, and then the day of, and then the day after. So I got a busy, jam-packed 3 days. So shut up. I'm a good boyfriend. I'm a very good boyfriend. Okay, so I'll probably get home late. I'm not gonna be too far away, so that Thursday we'll probably be able to do casual Thursdays. And we could talk about NFL coaching fires because there's probably gonna be more coaches getting fired throughout this week, and we could talk about it and coaches getting hired and things like that. So we're gonna be able to talk about it all on Thursday. It'll just be a little bit later than I would want, but that's okay because I have prior engagements. There you
When you do the title of this episode, just put war and weddings.
go. Also, okay, now here's my thing. Would I have kids in my wedding? They would have to be like selected respectfully. It's like the all-star team. Like, you know what I mean? Like you got to be selected to the all-star team. You got to get a certain
To
number
come
of
to the
votes.
wedding?
No, just the children of the people who I want to invite.
Oh, okay.
Um, then I'll make a decision. I'll be like, well, I don't know, Jim. I'm gonna hit
Look,
a
you're
lot
meant
of I don't
look,
know gyms, respectfully.
this is how you figure out the I don't know gyms. Your budget is gonna determine who's coming to the wedding.
Mm.
If you can't afford to fucking invite 300 people ain't coming.
Word.
You don't even know 300. If you don't
I
got the
don't.
budget for 50 people ain't coming.
Mm-hmm.
Like like I said, so I've been to the very, very expensive, beautiful wedding. My cousin got married at the same place where Snooki from Jersey Shore got married. Shady Brook, I think that's what it's named. It's someplace in Jersey. Exquisite. Top to bottom. Great wedding. Don't remember any children there. The reception, the best reception I've ever had. I don't know if I can even top it. It was a beautiful hall. It was definitely the type of wedding venue where people are taking pictures in.
Mm-hmm.
And in the magazines where you're like, I need that space. It was that type of wedding. I've been to weddings where it's the average wedding. It's a pretty venue, gonna cost between the lower range, like 11,000 to maybe 20,000. So that's how much people usually spend on weddings, or depending on the economy. Like you can spend $15,000 on it. That's a small wedding too.
Yep.
15,000.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Heather worked 3 jobs to pay off her fucking wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why they it took them. She waited though for because when she told me when she was getting married, I'm like, that's 3 years from now. She's like, but I need to pay for it.
Yep.
She's like, I'm not gonna. She's, I want to pay off the wedding before. So that girl got 3 jobs and she paid off her wedding, so it wouldn't be a debt
A
later.
lot of overtime was being done in that 3 years.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby. It's funny because when my aunt, um, for my cousin's sweet 16, she was like, "Yeah, I paid a lot of money," and we were like, "Oh, really?" And she goes, "Yeah, a lot of overtime." Over the course of 2, 3, 4 years, I was done, and savings were put away, and still wasn't enough. So I had to do more
No,
overtime.
it can be
Yeah.
very expensive. And then I've been to the weddings where it's on the lower end,
Mm-hmm.
meaning I've been to weddings where it's happened in someone's backyard, where someone rented out basically just a very small, just a big space, one room space, nothing in it, and they had to provide their own chairs. All they got was the space. They had to provide everything, and like the food was like hoagies and like pasta. So I've been. My friend had a very beautiful wedding without spending. I think she got married in Central Park. Remember, you guys were making fun of me. She's like, "Who gets married in Central Park?" A lot of
What
people get
time of
married
the
in
year
Central
was
Park.
it?
It was cold. It
That's
was
why we were
November.
fucking making fun of her stupidity. Why? It's cold. I'm not being
Yeah,
outside.
yeah, I'm gonna show you the videos, and you're gonna be like, "Oh shit, that was a beautiful wedding." The point is,
It's
she got,
beautiful,
and it
but
was
cold
nice.
as hell.
It
You
was
know?
snowy in the morning. Oh, shut up!
If I gotta
It was
wear a
snowy in the morning.
coat to a wedding, I'm not going. Respectfully,
Listen, so the snow was on the ground and the trees. It was so pretty, and it was very small. She had about 10 people.
that's fire.
And you go to Central Park, they have a wedding place there where they will give you the people and you pay for it. It's a very small fee, very affordable. You don't want to fucking spend 20 grand, 15 grand. Go get married at a park. Go get married at Central Park. For the reception, we went to Nobu. So that was a perfect setup. And it probably cost more money at Nobu than it probably did the actual ceremony, the little thing we did at
That's
Central
actually
Park.
super fire. Like, and also Nobu's really good.
Nobu's, it's her favorite restaurant. And
Ew,
yeah, and it
period.
was
Ew.
what they would have spent at a massive reception. They just let us do whatever we wanted at Nobu. Open menu, whatever you want. How many, like it just whatever. And they saved themselves a lot of headache because when she originally was planning her wedding, they were looking at venues. But these venues, some venues require you to have a certain amount of people before you are allowed to book it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You have to
Some
have a
venues,
certain
like,
number,
well,
yeah.
the minimum is 50 people. If you can't come up with 50 people, you can't have it here. And so she tried to come up with 50 people, but her problem was the people that I invite, they're not going to want to travel.
Mm-hmm.
I said, they don't want to travel to Jersey? They're from the Bronx. And she's like, yeah, they're not going to want to travel. And I'm like, then these ain't people that should be at your fucking wedding. And guess what? They weren't there at her wedding at Central Park. And they didn't need to be there.
No, they did not.
It's like, yeah, sometimes, don't it's very easy to get brainwashed by social media and just media in general about
Yeah.
how your wedding should be and how many people should be there and you want look, but at the end of the day, it's your day. And I've been to weddings where it was a reception, like basically at a bowling alley.
Mhm. Yo,
Like,
bowling alleys are fun, man.
no, this was no, my friend. This was a wedding that a friend of mine did all by herself. She didn't want any help. I think her sisters tried to help her, and it ended up being she didn't like it at all. She ended up having a hissy fit towards the end of the night, cried about it, and then still complained about it days after.
It's like, girl, you
She was
planned
not
it.
happy with the wedding. Huh?
She planned it. Why are you upset? You tied it yourself? Who you mad at? Oil.
Because she was mad about how everyone else was acting, but everyone else was fine.
Oil.
This is not set up like a party.
What do you mean oil?
This is you're having it in an arcade,
What
basically.
do you mean oil? Bitch, we cooking? What you mean? What you mean oil? What? We're pissed. What do you mean we're
And
pissed?
you know what's funny?
I
Everyone else
fuck.
thought it was a pretty cool wedding. Like it was cool that you're having it here. Like it's like no one else. She had a problem with
Adults
it.
love arcades. We want to have that nostalgia. We love an arcade.
It was like a recreational area
Oh, that's
that
fire.
had games and it had a bowling alley and it had
That's
like there
awesome.
was I get where she was going at. I think everyone else got it too. Like she was the one that had a problem. No one else was complaining. Everyone else was having a pretty good. She was having a problem with
Ay,
it.
ay, ay.
So what I learned from that experiences was I'd be damned on my wedding day if I worry about anyone fucking else besides me and my fucking groom.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about my mom, my sister, my
Period.
brother, my
Period.
best friends,
Period.
the groom, the fucking bridesmaids,
Well, what about
the grand.
me? Are you worried about me?
You're
Just I'm
I
gonna
don't
be pissed off. Not playing up. Your wedding's gonna be great. It's gonna be fire.
like I'm not gonna think about anyone's feelings. I'm not gonna care if you like it, if you don't like it, if it's too cold, too hot. It's all about what the fuck me
Yeah.
and the groom want.
And also,
You
like,
take
if
you shut up and just enjoy the free
if
shit.
people are going to your wedding, I feel like you can be like upset, like if like your drink gets spilled. You know what I mean? Like if somebody knocks over
Yeah,
your
yeah.
drink, if somebody steps on your shoe, or somebody like knocked a fork into your eyeball, right? You could be upset about shit like that. Don't be fucking complaining the whole time about, well, I wish they did this. And, well, why wouldn't they put the tables over there? Shut up. You're invited. Shut up. Shut up. Deal with it. If it's not affecting you directly, shut up. If they can't fix it in 5 seconds, shut up.
Yeah,
Like, I hate people so.
some people that's why I said you gotta be careful who you invite because you don't want no Debbie Downers coming to my wedding. If I think you're a depressed person, you're not invited. I'm telling you
Italian
right now.
weddings are 150 to sometimes 300 people. I love arcade. I love the arcade. Place sounds lit. Yeah. I would have, yo, honestly, yo, I might steal that. We all go to
It was
arcade
at a
afterwards.
recreational center that had games and it had like things like that. It wasn't necessarily an arcade, but she tried to make it very like we're gonna play fun, we're gonna have fun and games, and we're gonna. But it just that's why you gotta get a wedding planner or ask for help. And she didn't really ask for help, so she didn't like how it came out. But whatever.
She'll be alright. She still married?
Yeah. To be honest, I don't know because I haven't spoken to her in a few years, but I'm assuming she is.
Well, she liked it enough. She'll be alright. So that's gonna do it for Casual Tuesdays, guys. Jess, anything else you want to leave on a note? Anything you wanna that you saw during this week that you want to run by that just piqued your interest a little bit, or um,
I mean, besides the fiasco in Venezuela, that's really the only thing that's been like I've been really like paying attention to because I'm like, great, another war. Can't wait.
oil.
Can't
What do you mean?
wait.
What do you mean oil? Oil.
Did you cooking?
What do you mean oil, guys? Not. Come on, right? Why would you think that we're about oil? Why would you? No, but how much you got though? Like, just being curious. You know, what I mean? I just
Dude, we're getting 50 million barrels. 50
how
million.
big's a barrel?
I don't fucking know.
It's a big fucking barrel. Then gotta be big. It's 50 mil.
Or 50 million. It's just a lot. It's just wait, let's Google it first before we sound stupid. How much oil are we getting from this? Let me ask.
That is very true. How much oil are we gonna get?
How much oil is Donald Trump taking from Venezuela? Oh yeah, Trump says Venezuela will turn over 30 million to 50 million barrels of oil to the
Oh
U.S.
my goodness. That's insane. Am I just bugging or is that crazy?
No, that's how much. That's the point. We need the oil.
Fair enough.
The
All right.
government needs the oil.
Well,
The companies need the oil.
oil. How
So,
much?
and the American public that's rooting for this shit,
Yo,
you're a moron because you're not going to get the benefits from the oil. You're still going to pay however much as you're paying now. It's not going to make it cheaper for you.
son. Whenever
Like,
anybody brings up the word oil, that's the only thing I'm gonna say. Oil. What do you mean? Oil?
Where'd you cook it?
You cook it? What do you mean oil? What kind of oil? Canola? Hmm? What kind of vegetable? Huh? What kind of oil? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Well, we can't ask questions no more. Can't ask questions, right? What kind of oil you got?
It's
How
terrible.
many
It's just
barrels of it?
terrible to do that. Just fucking go in and just fucking dig our hands into someone's ground and just
Yeah,
fucking jack their oil.
yeah. Hey, Jess. By the way, how many barrels of oil you got? Just curious. Right, and we're just trying to compare, right? We're trying to get an estimate, right? I just advice, like, how would you manage your oil? Like, if you had 30 to 50 million things of oil, how would you manage that? Hmm? I'm just asking. Nothing nefarious. Look. Nothing nefarious, right? Just coming to another country to country, right?
Now, oh, it's not going to stop for Venezuela because now he wants to go to Greenland and he's threatening other countries.
Ay,
And
ay, ay. Well,
so, yeah, keep cheering for this fucking debauchery. He's going to be sending your ass.
we'll see how it.
Oh, today's the anniversary of January 6th. The same people who stormed for voting, but you won't storm to stop child pedophiles. So you storm for an election, and then this guy is protecting pedophiles, and you won't storm for that? Pussy.
These guys and their morals, the people who did this, they
Fucking
have none.
jacked as
They have none.
They-
They don't have
They're
morals.
just dumb.
They're dumb.
They're just dumb.
Dumb people. Yeah.
They're dumb.
But
They're just dumb.
it's Three Kings Day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, happy Three Kings Day.
Shout out to my Three Kings. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the guys who really had morals, who stood on their values. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
The
He
real
went and
ones.
saw the
Word. They didn't go to the steps of the White House. They went to the steps of the manger. Talk about it. Preach it now. Come on, talk to me, Jess.
They humbled themselves and they
Mm-hmm.
acknowledged the birth of our Lord.
I'm just saying,
Praise
man.
God.
Just saying they didn't storm in either. They didn't
Oh
storm in.
no. And look,
They brought
they
gifts.
even they even lied to the guy who wanted to kill the baby. They were like, "Oh yeah, no, he's good. No, we didn't see him. No, no. Yeah, well, we'll tell him that you. Do you know the story?
I believe I do. Yeah.
Well, Herod, who wanted to kill Jesus, he pretty much sent the three kings to see him, and the three kings were like, they made up some excuse on why they couldn't tell him where the baby is. They don't know where he is. Some shit. But they protected him. They protected our Lord.
Oil, right? Like, what is oil really? Like, you think they were talking about
They're
that?
like, there's no oil here.
There's no oil here? What are you talking about? There's nothing. What do you mean? Why would we be here? There's no point in being here, right? It's just what? Like, he's not here. You know? Can't be here. Why is the oil? You know what I mean? It can't be, you know?
So shout out to January 6th and Three Kings Day.
Three Kings Day. Shout out to that. Yeah. We'll see you guys on Thursday for casual Thursdays. And Daniel's video will be out tomorrow. Daniel is going to do his prediction, his brackets for the NFL playoffs tomorrow. I will be posting Jess's in about 25 minutes. So that's going to be fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, take it easy, subscribe, and take care.
Bye.